Thanks for joining me today. Okay, this is going to be kind of a, I don't know, you're probably going to go, this is time of my life I will never get back. But sometimes I think we overlook the obvious, or I do. I'm going to speak for myself. I was getting some orders ready. This is rusted metal pieces, and I have to ship them flat so that, it's the best shipping price. So I normally ship them on leftover cardstock or whatever, and I'll stamp it and do some, things because I feel that most of the time, the things that you give, it's in the presentation. Nowadays we don't have a lot of money, so we don't spend a lot on our gifts. And so even if you just have a really inexpensive gift, but it came from your heart, I mean, you obviously thought of someone or you wouldn't be giving them a gift. So the packaging, you can make it so special with just the packaging. And I'm not trying to go over the videos I've already made because I've made videos on, you know, gift card holders, making your own bags out of, packing paper, junk mail envelope. This is a bag. And like I said, I'm not going to go over that again because I've already said it. But I think that I missed the part, and this is also brown packaging. I missed the part that, you know, a lot of times the things we give it to the person in is just as special as the gift. So, backing up, as I said, I was getting ready to package up some Etsy orders. I didn't have any leftover scrapbook cardstock like I normally do. And I thought, okay, great. Now what am I going to use? Well, I happened to look up and saw paper towel rollers, because I have to keep them. I mean, why would I throw them away? So I thought, oh yeah. So I cut it down the middle. I glued on some of the brittle book page, and then I ran it through my embossing machine. I didn't emboss it because I didn't want the book page to crack. I just wanted to flatten it in a hurry. And so, as you can see, now they're pretty flat. And if you got this, when you think, ooh, that's really cool, not to mention they can use it. If they junk journal, they're going to take this piece and do something else with it. And so then I just inked around it, and that's it. And that made me think of these pieces. I think this one is toilet paper roll. Yes. And it's a flip that I had, same thing. I sprayed it with the toilet paper rolls. I like to spray them with hand sanitizer for two reasons. It's toilet paper roll, and when it's wet like that and you run it through the embossing machine, it takes the embossing better. So I just painted those. But wouldn't this make a great gift card holder or the backing for a package like this? Um, Another thing is when I ship rusty paper clips, I just take a tea-dyed library card, stamp it, do a little coloring with my watercolor pencils or, colored pencils, doesn't matter. And then you have a great display for your rusted items that you're going to clip on. And I know this isn't all about junk journaling. I mean, but if you are a crafter or a junk journaler or, whatever, you have craft items that you can make any kind of gift box you want. Or just like this, now it's flat. You have the inks and the paints to really make it look special. And I had a lady, and I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying I feel like this is how important the packaging is. I had a lady tell me one time, I would have bought a bag of dirt from you just for the packaging. And that meant the world to me. So you have so many things at your disposal, even if you don't craft like this. At some point, you probably got brown packing paper, or you have a newspaper, or you have boxes, cookie boxes, cracker boxes, whatever. These are perfect. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna move it up a little bit. Of course, my boys opened, so the top is tore off. Okay, so you snip these off. Cut down the 4 sides again. Not very far, just far enough because you're going to make a flap. And I am probably doing things that you've done your whole life, and maybe it's just me that now got the light bulb that, oh my gosh, look at all my options. And so you can, you know, miter these where they fold in better, and then you could paint this box. And this is slick, so maybe you would want to peel off the slick layer, which sometimes isn't that easy to do, but you could always gesso over it. You could just paint over it. There's a lot of things, or glue on something. I myself am guilty of going to Dollar Tree and buying boxes to stuff a shirt in, or, something that's not easily wrapped. Maybe not a shirt. Shirt's pretty easy, but I mean, boxes like this. I have lots of boxes like this that are broken down. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover them with things, maybe make things like this. There's so many ways to upcycle. And, maybe you have a little ornament that you made or you bought and it didn't come in packaging. You got it from a specialty shop and they gave it to you in a little gift bag. The gift bag, take that bag, glue it to something like this and put your ornament through like, sew it through like this. And what I did on these was after I got my board ready, I laid down my pieces how I thought I would want them to go. And I took a marker or just a pen like this, and I put dots where I wanted to run my thread. And then I took a hole punch or a pokey tool, an awl, and made holes. So then I just, sewed them together. You can do that with thread, wax thread, anything that you have. But I think all these things that we make, we don't even realize they can be packaging. They can be your own creative packaging that when you give a gift, somebody's going to go, oh my gosh, that's so neat. I never would have thought of that. And I know that there's people like that because the people I work with, they get a lot of boxes and packaging. And I say, will you please keep that? What are you going to do with that? And I tell them, well, I would have thought of that. I'm hoping this reaches somebody like the people I work with. But even like this, I've made these before. I have a video on laminating one side of a napkin. That's what this is. And I just sew them up, make a pouch, put the gift inside, and whoever gets this is going to be like, ooh, that's really cool. I can still use it. And they're going to remember you long past the gift. Sometimes our gifts are chocolate, you know. Why not make something like this to put the chocolate in? Or, gift bags are great because you don't have to wrap and whatnot. Make it a little different. Stamp it. Put lace on the outside. Any way that you can change it and make it something they know you took a minute to do. If you're anything like me or the rest of the world, I guess, we figure you have big families, or even if you don't, it's sometimes very hard just to buy for each person or get something for each person. So you figure out, okay, I'll spend 10 on this one, 10 on that. Okay, before you know it, you have $200. You don't want to have to figure your packaging in too. Oh, well, great. Now I got to go buy some bags, some wrapping paper, some ribbons, some whatever. This cuts that out. You already have it. I promise you, somewhere in your house, you already have the packaging. And I think this video is a lot about not making new things, but looking at the things you've already made in a different way. And just like I had a tutorial, and I'm not trying to promote my videos either. I'm as I was reflecting today on, oh my gosh, how much packaging have I already made? I mean, really, it didn't start out to be packaging like this. I mean, this was going to be a flip. But seriously, I could make a whole box just like this and think of how many of these I could ship on it and how cool they would look with that color and the rusted things. Um, again, a laminated pouch. But these boxes, I had a tutorial on these, and it was, it's not easy to create your own box out of scrapbook paper. Well, it's easy, it's just very time consuming. Well, you already have a box, might say Fruit Loops on it, or, something like this, but you can cover this with the scrapbook paper and make it such a neat, or, you don't have scrapbook paper, like I said, newspaper, magazine pages, collage it with magazine pages. I made these as treasure boxes, for journals. But seriously, what a cool gift box. I mean, if I got this box, my mind would be going crazy before I ever opened it of all the things I could do with just the box. And this is just a cereal box, probably. I don't know, some kind of cracker box, something. And I glued tissue paper to it, took different color of acrylic inks, or I'm sorry, acrylic paints, and painted it after the tissue paper dried, and it gives you this beautiful texture. I mean, now you have a beautiful gift box. You know what I mean? And then same with book page. Same thing. This is, who wouldn't want to keep this after, I mean, probably not a 2-year-old, but their mom probably does. She would be like, don't tear that box up. I'm going to put such and such in it. I I'm talking really fast because I'm very excited about this. I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, look at all the things I have. My Christmas tree is going to look so cool with all these different packages underneath that I plan on doing for my grandkids. I'm not buying any more boxes. I was looking for some of the fabric covered journal covers I had made. I spoke about that I had a whole bunch of them and I couldn't find them. Well, here they are. Perfect time. What if these weren't journal covers? What if after you sewed them, you sewed the sides and you made an awesome gift holder? I mean, it's padded, it's soft, so you can put something breakable in it. It can be all different sizes. Use those junk mail envelopes. Make your own gift card holders. Or gift card holders. Make your own presents. All you have to have is a bubble mailer, or even the brown mailers like this. They make great covers too. So if you have that and maybe some fabric or some paper, you have a way to make your own gift. Yeah, I just can't say. I guess I didn't realize this is not fabric, but again, if you have fabric and a napkin, glue it down. Then you have an even sturdier. This would make great gift card holders or envelopes, or, so many things you can do with these other than junk journal. So I, it is about junk journaling in the way that more than likely we already have these things somewhere. And all we have to do is just think of them in a different way, alter what their purpose is. Sometimes by the time we're done with all the shopping and buying the gifts and whatever, our packaging is our last thought, because it's like, oh, shove it in one of the gifts bags, tie it up, we're done. But if you started now and just took your cardboard boxes and made flat pieces of something like this, you can always fold it up and create it later. Same way with, the packing paper. Start painting it and stamping it or stenciling it or drawing pictures, so that when it's time to wrap your gift, you have something to wrap it in, or you have a way to create your own bag or a gift card holder or whatever it is. I'm just saying, sometimes we don't pay as much attention to the last part, which is the packaging it up. You spend a lot of time, a lot of thought on what can I get this person, so make it special. And you don't have to wait to the last minute to do all these things. Start them now. I know it's November, but Christmas will be here before you know it. Even if you don't want to do Christmas things, do things like this for birthdays, any kind of special thing. And as I was saying, I pray a lot about what's my next project, without even realizing I was already doing it. I was already creating these packages that, yes, seems very simple to somebody that's probably been doing that their whole life. I haven't, and I'm old. So surely there's somebody else out there that thinks, Well, that's a neat idea. I need to do that. So I hope this helps you. I hope this sparked some inspiration, or at least reminded you of things that you used to do you don't do anymore. I know I'm rambling, but I hope that you like this idea. I know that, like I said, I'm sure nothing new, probably already doing it, but through the videos I've been making, I realize a lot of things I've forgotten. And I'm going to use that disclaimer too. I probably did it, but I already forgot. Um, I could have done this. This could be a lie, that kind of thing. Anyway, I was reminded of on the fabric of things like that I didn't mention in the video that I've done and I loved. But I put them all, I did like a little mask make and I put them in a box. Couldn't wait to use them. Can't find the box. And thankfully, a viewer said, hey, you could also do this. And I thought, oh my gosh, yes, I can. And I have, and I've lost it. But I think this is just a reminder to us that we don't have to make everything so difficult and so expensive. Use what you have. I know that you hear that all the time on videos, but seriously, look at this. I think this is beautiful. I think when they get these, they're going to love this. And I hope, I hope they do. And because I know that I would. I guess that's assuming that everybody's like me, huh? And they're not. And I get that. But in all things you do, try to put a little piece of who you are. And I know that if you're watching crafting videos, you're an artist at heart. So give that gift to someone else. Have a crafty Christmas. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.